There's a solution to these. All right. Have you guys started these? All right. Finish them up. I'll give you a minute. So Wheezy was then attacked by the possum. Oh, it could have been bad.
Did she run away?
Who?
Wheezy.
No, the possum kind of took off. Wheezy turned around and did her little TT.
How do you guys?
Wasn't there one more? No, I think it was the next week.
Yeah, there was a little more than that. There was 22 or something.
Let's take a look at the agenda.
This is
I didn't look at the
13.
agenda.
Did it? Okay. I told Corbin, I assigned Mr. D, I forgot to tell you.
1 through 13 all?
I did, Corbin and Vince are going to have odd, like 5 through 21 odd.
So I gave you guys 1 through 13 all.
Okay. That's a good deal.
I don't think we got extra credit for something.
Whoa. No, you have less homework tonight.
Yeah, we're gonna have part of the worksheet again today.
Don't give me attitude, Mary. I've already been called uglier than a possum, which I'm ready to break down emotionally.
I'm sorry.
No, it's too late. All right. I know you were talking about Logan. I've been really upset. What? What just happened? How was Siesta Key? Good? Nice warm weather?
Yeah.
Was it in the 80s every day about? Humidity was about low. You know, Florida,
What's humidity?
humidity, you don't know what
Oh,
humidity
Oh my
no,
gosh.
I know what it is.
Shouldn't even know what a freaking TV thing is. TV.
You know what? Florida is great. Maybe October to April. Then it's like, you can have it. May through September, way too hot. Way too hot. All right. Guys, listen. If you can do this stuff, the quiz should not be bad at all.
On Monday.
Okay?
What's on Monday?
We're planning on reviewing tomorrow. Quiz on Monday. All right? All right. This is ready to square root, isn't it, guys? Okay, square root. Positive, negative what? Yes, right. 14. Okay, what do we got to do here first? It's not ready to square yet. Square root, I mean. What do we got to do, Logan? We got to divide by 4. And that's going to be a nasty number. Was it 6.25? Now it's ready to square root. And what'd you get? What'd you get, Aaliyah?
2.5.
Okay, but what do you got to write?
Oh, x equals 2.5 plus or minus 2.
Done. Done. All right. What do I need to do here in 3? First, Braylon.
There's a 14 in between the equal sign and 5x, and then put equals 0.
How do you take it over there?
I forget. I just know.
You son of a mother hen. How do you take a positive 14 over?
Minus it.
So I'm minus it. And I'm going to put it right. What just happened? Now I'm going to put it. What is going on? Are you doing it?
It's chill.
I saw her. The evil look
She
in her
reached
eye.
over. Every time you went to right, she reached over and touched the cursor.
Because you're lefty.
Don't start with the lefties.
Yeah, it probably is because you're lefty.
Joe,
Take care of her, Joe.
bless you. Joe's left-handed too. Olivia?
Olivia's.
What am I going to do now, Liv? Is your full name Olivia? Okay. I have a daughter, Olivia. Youngest daughter. Liv, what are we going to do?
See what twice the negative 14 and I see
Okay. Correct. Since there's a negative there, one's positive, one's negative, my biggest number is going to be positive. So what are you thinking? What's that? No. One has to be positive and negative because we have to multiply to a negative. My biggest number is going to be positive. Okay? So what are the factors of 14? I got 1 and 14, and I think there's another set. What do you got? 7 and 2. Which has to be positive? So, yes. So, guys, here it is right here.
You guys understand what he's saying when he says they have to multiply to a negative, and then when they add to a positive, the bigger number has to be the positive one? Right? You guys good with that? Oh, glitchy. You need a dart gun.
What?
That possum coming back?
Do what?
Dart gun.
No, it's got a machine gun.
What did you say?
In the neighborhood.
I could see him without one of those.
Guys, we should be able to do this mentally now. What number is going to make this parentheses 0?
97.
Okay, so x equals negative 7, and what value of x makes the second parenthesis look negative? This one right here. What would I do to solve? What's your answer? Yeah, if I put 2 in there, 2 minus 2 would be 0. So x equals negative 7 and x equals 2. Now, what does negative 7 and negative 7 and 2 mean to this parabola equation? What's going to happen, Aaliyah?
It's going to hit on both the negative 7 and 2 on x.
Beautiful. Nice job. That's exactly what it means. Okay, nice job. All right, what am I going to do for the second one? What do I need to do, Sabrina?
Hit the 0, and then do x over x squared plus negative plus 11 x plus 24 equals 0.
Yeah, how about very simple, just add 11x to both sides.
Okay.
All right, good job, Sabrina.
Yeah.
So you got this. Okay. Mr. Westfall, would you please look up Jill's goal? I want to look at it really quick.
You can do that.
The papers. I want to look at her behavior. Well, might need not modified. Okay. Alexis, both numbers are positive, or the same sign, they're both positive. So what are the factors of 24 that add to 11? Doesn't matter the order I write it in, right? There's my answer. Okay, now, that's my factored answer, but that doesn't tell me my zeros. Okay? What do I got, Matt? What makes this 0?
Minus 8.
So negative 8, what makes the other one 0?
Negative 3.
There's my 2 answers. How did we do?
John, those you don't want us to put plus and minus.
Where?
on those answers?
We didn't square root them. Right? You had to do 1 through what? Okay, let's buzz through this really quick. What is this one going to be here? 1 and what? 5? What about here? 2 and 9? What's this one here? 2 and what? Wouldn't that be those two? Right? Okay, what about... Guys, can you do this in your head? 2x plus 1. What am I going to do? Subtract 1, right? Excuse me. So you got 2x equals negative 1, right? Don't we divide by 2? What's negative 1 divided by 2? Leave it as a fraction. Negative what? Negative 1/2. So I got negative 1/2. And what's this one? 6. There's my 2 answers there. Okay. All right. I'm going to write answers. What did you guys say? 13? All right. I'm going to write the answers. And then you guys, if you have any questions, let me know. All right. This was B, right? 5, 0, 3, negative 1, 1, negative 6, 8. Wait a minute. I think I wrote that wrong. Sorry about that. No, that's right. 7. Okay. Negative 3. Where are we at? 8. Negative 8. 9. 1, 11. 10. 5. 11. 6. 6. Negative 2. 12. Negative 10.
As you guys are doing these for homework, if there's ever one you're not really sure about, you could graph it on Desmos and check
Yeah.
the zeros, right?
That's a right. Hey guys, listen. You guys cannot. That's a great point. We can't forget about Desmos. If you're doing these problems on the state test, guys, I wouldn't even work them out. I'd go to if they just want the answer, go to Desmos. Get the zeros. Plot. Graph the equation. Find out where they hit the x-axis. Type them in. Okay. All right. How did we do? What do you want to see one? Yeah, Zach.
Number 6.
Sure. Zach, just what do we got? X squared plus 4x plus 3. X squared plus 4x plus 3 equals 0. Okay. What multiplies to 3 that adds to 4? Isn't it 3 and 1? Okay. Did I write the wrong answer up there?
You put negative.
Yeah. Yeah, order doesn't matter. Yeah, what makes this 0?
I know we're supposed to do that. I thought we just.
Oh no. This isn't the answer.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
No. That was the whole lesson yesterday.
All right.
We got to figure out what number makes this parenthesis 0.
Nice.
Okay. What makes that one? -3, right?
Yeah.
So x equals -1 and x equals -3. Okay. So what that tells me, guys, my parabola, -1, -2, -3, my parabola would hit, and it would open up. It would hit that just like that. Okay. Now, what's my line of symmetry? X equals -2. Good. Y-intercept? 3. All right. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Is there any other ones, guys? You want to see? You sure? I have those papers. What was it? Wait a minute. Let me see her thing.
It was to make sure she enforces anything Mr. Parker and Mr. Westphal ask her.
Nice. Did you hear that?
What's the joke?
About what?
Oh yeah, what's the difference?
Oh, didn't know.
Some of your grades. Oh,
Yeah.
bone roasted.
It's bad. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
It is great now.
When she saw all the madness around her, March said, "What's all that bracket?"
Oh.
March Madness with the bracket. I told you.
Joke was busted.
Do one.
Yeah.
Do another.
So we just get one week of
Huh?
We just get 1 week of practice for 9 weeks.
Are you in another class or are you in this class?
This class.
Um, yeah. We'll talk about that.
Okay.
That's just madness. That's so much madness.
No way.
Which time?
All right. We don't have one, remember? What we're doing now?
No, like the one that we got on the
Don't we? We should have had that, didn't we? You don't have it? That's gas. Okay, guys. Here we go.
You good lights?
Do you remember A is not 1 now, it's 3, right? What do we have to do? We have to multiply what? Do you remember that? So we're doing the same thing today, but the harder ones to factor. Okay, what's 3 times negative 8, guys? So what multiplies to negative 24? That adds to what? 2. Now, since it's a negative number, I know one's positive, one's negative, and live what? My bigger number is going to be positive. So what are the factors of 24, guys? We got 1 and 24, 8 and 3, and then what did I say? The bigger number has to be positive, so that has to be like this. Do those add up to, what did I put? Add up to D. Hello. Any of those add up to 2? You said it. What do we got, Zach?
Negative 46.
It's this. Those are my 2 numbers. Okay, these are the winners. Now, if you remember now, we have to replace 2x with 6 and negative 4. I would put the 6 first. So let's everybody write it like this. Whoops. Let's write it like this. Okay. Mary. Because they're not fact, it's not factored yet. Okay. Great question. We have to, these are the longer ones. Now we're going to factor each pair. Remember we look at the first 2. What can I take out of those first 2? What do you think, Braden?
6x and what?
You can't take a 6x out of 3x squared. What's my GCF on those first 2? What's the biggest number that goes in? 3 what? There you go. So, guys, I want to take 3x out of my first 2. So that's what I take out. What's left? What's left, Makana? After I factor that out of this, 3s are canceled. How many X's are left?
1.
1. What's left here, Makana?
3.
I'm dividing.
Oh.
Get the
2.
Florida
2.
out.
2.
Florida gone.
It's 2.
Florida Beach gone. Back to math. All right. First number's negative. A nice second grouping, so take a negative number out. What can I take out of there? What do you got, Aaliyah?
4. Or negative 4.
Which one is it?
Wait, it's negative 4.
What's left?
Negative x 9 plus 4 or plus 2.
All right. What's my GCF? What's in the parentheses? What's left? Now, Zacchaeus. That's not my answer. You got to figure out what value of x makes the parentheses 0. What about this first one, Zach? Okay, so there's my first answer. And don't I add 4? Add 4. And divide by what? What's my answer? 4/3. Don't write 4.3. That would be 1.3333333.
How many letters of pi can you say?
3.14. I don't know. I mean, that's all I know.
Where says pi on the
Yeah, I know it's on.
All right. Why don't you guys now? What do I have to do first? What do I got to do, Matt?
Add 5.
Add 5 to both sides. Okay, so that's my first step. 2x squared. Whoops. Okay, you guys get started on this. I'm going to go 2 times 5. 2 times 5er. Guys, what multiplies to 10 that adds to 7? What'd you get, Jonathan? 2 and 5. 2 and 5, because 2 plus 5 is 7. Is everybody good with that? Okay, I'm going to put the 2 first, because there's a 5 second also. So I'm going to write it like this. Okay? Okay, take the GCF out. Evan, what am I going to take out of the first 2? 2 what? There you go. Was the X kind of an afterthought, or you weren't sure? Okay. 2X, you're right. 2X. Okay, take it out. What's left? What's left, Evan? What's 2x divided by 2x? Just 1. What can I take out of 5x and 5, Samara? 5. So I'm going to take a 5 out. What's left, Samara? Yes? Look, what do I write? What are my 2 parenthesize? The heck was that?
No.
Remember the Gong Show? It was before your time. It was so stupid. They tried to do a new one, but it was so stupid. So stupid. All right, Corbin. What value for x will make this first parenthesis 0? There's my first answer. What about the second one? What would I do, Corbin? Subtract what?
2, 5,
And then divide by.
2.
So what would my second one be? No, you don't need a calculator. Subtract 5. So it would look like this. And then divide by what? Leave it like that. If you divide it out, what is it? Negative 2.5? Mr. Westfall?
Sir?
Would you like to do one, sir?
You know I could do so many pies.
So many pies.
3, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 5, 9, 5.
All right. You guys agree we want to keep the 6x squared positive? So we'll subtract 7x from both sides. So we have 6x squared minus 7x equals negative 2. And we also want to move the 2 over. Now, could you do it in one step? You could. You could move them both over at the same time. But we're doing 2 steps this time. And now we're ready. Now we're ready to begin. Yeah, we're looking for numbers that multiply to what? Add to?
Negative 7.
What are those numbers? Satchel.
-3 and -4.
Negative 3 times negative 4 is 12. Negative 3 plus negative 4 add to negative 7. So, just a quick reminder, this negative 7x, we rewrite 6x squared. Doesn't the negative 7x get broken up into negative 3x
And 4.
plus negative 4x? So this was a rewrite, and the 7x gets broken up into those two parts just to make it factorable for us. GCF time. What's the GCF of the first two terms? 3x. What's left? 2x
minus 1.
minus 1. What's the GCF of the second two terms?
Negative 2.
If we take out a negative 2, what's left inside?
2x.
A 2x
Plus 1. Or minus 1.
minus. If we take out a negative 2, it would be minus 1. Do you guys all get that? Be honest. You get that? We wanted to take out that negative 2 to make it look like, to make the what was left look like the first parentheses.
So all at the beginning it says it's minus 2. You have to bring it over. You have to add.
What's
So
up?
maybe a positive 2 to bring the 2 over.
Yeah, I did. But we factor it out. Are you okay with that? Plus 2, right here.
Yeah, but
Are you asking why it's negative here?
Yeah.
Down here? Because in this set of parentheses, if you pull out a negative 2, what's negative 4x divided by negative 2? 2x.
or
And what's negative 2 divided by negative 2? Negative 1. So we actually pulled out a negative 2. That negative 2 is not from, it's not from that 2. It was what we pulled out of these two terms. Ready? We pull out a 2x minus 1. What's left? 3x
minus 2.
plus a negative 2, which is minus 2, yes? Equals 0. So we're going to have 2x minus 1 equals 0. 3x minus 2 equals 0. I think we're good enough now. We can add 1 and divide by 2, right? 1/2. Mr. Parker,
Yes, sir.
homework?
It's on the. I think it's on the slide. I think it's only 6 problems.
All right.
It's on that worksheet.
Thank you.
Well,
Have a terrific Thursday. Okay.
All right. Add 2. 3x equals 2. Last step, divide by. So x equals 2/3. 2/3 and a half. 2/3 and a half. Do you guys see how this is what we've been doing for a while? Just set equal to 0. Okay. Now, quick reminder. Eyes up here for a second. Quick reminder. This is the same as 6x squared minus 7x plus 2 equals 0. Do you agree? What if you're given y equals 6x squared minus 7x plus 2? Listen carefully. That is a parabola. Just the graph of the parabola. Right? So what have we done? What have we done here? We've taken 0 with 6x squared minus 7x plus 2. We've taken it a step further. We've taken it from a parabola to setting the parabola equal to 0. What's the difference? Here, parabola. Graph of parabola. Here, we're setting it equal to 0. What does that do to it? Zach?
It shows you all the numbers that hit 0 on the y-axis.
Now the y-axis. Yeah. It's this one is asking you to find the 2 points, maybe 2, maybe 1, maybe 0, where the parabola hits the x-axis. Do you see how this one is the graph of the whole parabola? This one is going to be the 2 answers, possibly 2 answers, where the parabola hits the x-axis. Okay, understand? Do you understand that? Question.
Oh, if you made it like equal to like 3, would you
Yeah.
solve everything that has a coordinate of a y coordinate of 3?
Kind of, but we can't do that by hand. Like that's why we took it from that step to set it equal to 0, because we can only factor this way. Listen carefully. We can only factor the way we factor if we set it equal to 0. It's not like you can factor one side and set it equal to 3. Okay, you need to get it to the other side to set it equal to 0. So if it asked, where does this parabola equal -2? That's you can either add it over and solve it like this, or Desmos problem, graph this mini parabola, graph the line y equals -2, and you're going to see where this mini parabola hits -2, and it's going to be the same answers, 1/2 and 2/3. There's a lot more layers to this that you're going to kind of uncover as you go into Algebra 2. And just like an onion, as you unpeel the layers, it makes some of you cry. Okay? So, you like that? Like that analogy? As you unpeel the layers.
Oh.
One more. Uno mas.
I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
There's too many big numbers.
I love the attitude. All right. 16x squared plus 56x plus 24 equals
300.
Stuff that comes off and then goes into your eye.
Fight.
It's
All
like
right.
You ask him.
What's 16 times 24?
-300.
No.
Positive 3.
Well, it's positive, but it becomes negative. Wait, is it not negative?
Oh.
Oh.
We could be here for days doing that, couldn't we? Here's another option. Is there any GCF we could pull out of these first? Satchary.
8.
8. If I pull out an 8, this is 2x squared plus, what's 8 pull out of 56?
7.
Plus 7x plus 3. Why would that maybe help us? Because now, guys, look up here. Now I'm not doing this. This went with that problem. Do you agree? This one's easier. This one, I'm looking for numbers that multiply to 6 and add to what? 7. That's easy. 6 and 1. Wouldn't you rather pull out the GCF first and deal with smaller numbers? Now, here's how this affects it. Ready? 2x squared plus, it's going to be 6x and 1x. And now you just leave that 8 outside and do the same process on the what's inside the parentheses. Same problem, just leave the 8 outside. Okay? Like Mr. Parker's dog. All right. 8. What are we going to pull out of the first two terms? And what's left inside? Yep, and then 1. And then x plus 3. Now there's a lot of parentheses here, but don't fret, my pet. We have 2x plus 1, and we have x plus 3. Now, last thing for today. We have 3 factors this time. Can 8 ever equal 0? No, 8 doesn't equal 0. So your only 2 answers are going to be -1/2 and -3. Questions? All right, homework for tonight. 14 through 16, 20 through 22. Not too many. Which ones have you already did out? I don't think you did. Yeah. How about Splendid Thursday?
Thursday.